We'll do baseball's greatest gross outs next. Video's getting pretty long. It would be shorter if I knew how to open the packaging. There it is. Baseball's greatest gross outs. 9 cards in this one. This one is big compared to the others. A lot of these were 5 or 6. Does this have a year in it? No. Leaf made these. Oh, the gum. Oh, this is dope already. Righty Whitey, giant right arm pitcher. Probably looks reversed on the camera, but that's his right arm. Just trust. Benny the Blob. That's a big dude, Benny the Blob. The backs are like, I guess you put them all together to make a big giant picture. Chipmunk Chuck stuffed a whole bunch of balls in his mouth, like a chipmunk would with nuts. Snaky Pete is just literally a snake. Didn't think they could play baseball. That's cool art though. The way like his neck curls around it, his mouth is like that. Well, this one has a more legitimate back. Fangs Farley. I don't know how you describe Fangs Farley, but this is very like, I mean, this is the kind of art that people made for children in the 80s. Oh, to go back to the 80s. Laid Back Larry. He's just a blob that eats people, apparently, because there's bones around him. Laid Back Larry. Woo. Airhead Arnie. The ball has passed clear through his completely empty head. That would also be an incredibly good throw. Or an even more impressive hit, I guess. Dead straight through his ears. Samurai Sam. Seems like it would be hard to hit the ball with the sword. But there you go. Samurai Sam. And Brain Rot Bruce, who also has some giant crazy teeth. Brain Rot Bruce, that one's cool too. This stuff is cool. It's cool that, I mean, this is obviously like legit 80s stuff, but it's cool that like these companies are doing throwbacks to that kind of stuff, since it doesn't exist as much. We've got the Trash Can Trolls and Ghostbusters 2. I'll save the Trash Can Trolls because that's those are tops and are probably the closest thing to like Garbage Pail Kids that there are. Ghostbusters 2, smash movie, 1989. I was 6. I was a huge Ghostbusters fan. Still am. Gonna go see the new movie. I broke the packaging, don't tell anybody. Oh, we got flipped cards here, I don't know. No Sign of Life. Checking out the painting. Tully for the Defense. There's Rick Moranis again. Rick Moranis in 2 separate packs of cards here today. At the museum. Dana. Sigourney Weaver. Bill Murray. Dana's Gamble. She has brought her baby. Risky. This is some part of a larger picture, I guess. Gotta buy a lot of cards for that. Struck by finger lightning, I guess. This is like, oh yeah, it says on the back. The Scolari brothers, specters break loose from their electric chairs. Then turn towards the defense table and blast it with high voltage finger lightning. It's kind of a tough trading card, to be honest. It's hard to see what's happening in that one. Widescreen SFX shot. Spengler under glass. That's cooler. That's a better card. That's a cool, like, frame of the movie type shot. Kitty celebrities. They're resorting to doing birthday parties because there's no ghosts. The judge found guilty. The back of this card is gross from the gum. I used to make cards like this for a lot of movies. I had a ton of Batman cards for the Michael Keaton Batman movies. That was like a huge thing back then too. All the movies with cards. They don't do that, I don't think, anymore. I can't say that. I don't go to places that sell cards. Maybe if I walked down the aisle at Target, I would see Dune cards. Trash can trolls. We got... What, is there a year on the trash can trolls? 1992. Okay, we're getting a little more modern with trash can trolls. I was 9 when these came out. Landscape. Instead of troll hair, he has a bunch of sharp objects. And his hand is cut off as he's trying to comb his hair made of sharp objects. Has cut off his hand. And he's crying about it. So there you go. It's interesting that there is a piece of bone on the hand, but it doesn't really look like he's missing bone from his arm. So do with that what you will. Trash can trolls checklist. Let's do a quick scroll of the names. Slam Duncan. That sounds funny. Edward Scissorhair. Is Edward Scissorhair the same as Landscape or... Yes. Edward Scissorhair is the A card to Landscape. This is a B card. I guess they used to do that back then too. There's Generic Eric, card 28A. I don't think we're going to get it because we've only got 4 cards left, but let's see what we got. We got Buster Open. He is a piñata who has been this is incredibly graphic art. This would be so funny to give a child. There's like her eyeball is floating out. There's a piece of brain. Arm and legs are broken off. There's blood and bones. There's a tooth flying. Head is cracked in half. That is pretty wild. Pretty wild. We've got Boris line, which is like chorus line, but they're all eating each other's hair. Also, as I'm holding this up to you, the back of this card is hilarious because it is like a mouthful of dynamite in the stomach. It's like the cover of, it's kind of like this, but on the back of this, super zoomed in and more detailed. That's just funny to me that that's on the back like that. Cast backwards. This is the hip hop troll. The question is his head on backwards? Or is his lower half on backwards? Because that's a butt right there. That's a butt. It's not like his pants are backwards. He's not crisscross. Because that's his butt. So think about that. And finally, we have Roy L. Flush, which is a toilet troll with some goop coming out of the top of his head and all over. It's green. It's disgusting. Boom. Oh, chill. Just Roy L. Flush. The funny thing is, like, I mean, cast backwards, it kind of just doesn't make any sense. This was like 1992. They were like, we need a hip hop related thing, so he's got a flat top, and its bottom half is backwards. And they couldn't call him ass backwards, so they called him cast backwards. This makes more sense. I mean, in terms of like, it's funny, like, oh no, I'm dropping them. These two are like just incredibly tame, right? Like this one, they're just like eating each other's hair. This one is just a rap guy with head on backwards. But then you get into like, you know, this one has cut off his own hand. This one's eyeballs and brains are flying out. And this one's like a goopy green toilet who gets, you know, whatever. There you go. That's, I mean, these ones, out of these, Landscape is my favorite. But he's crying. That makes it a little disturbing. Buster Open is a much more graphic. That's my second favorite. These two are not it, but the other ones are cool. So yeah, that's awesome. Hurt Kurt, super dope. Eerie Eric, love it. Those are awesome. Stone Sean. Thanks, Spoons. Check out his YouTube channel if you haven't already. Spoons2020, good friend of mine. Known him forever. So yeah, thanks.